Dome from FULCI, the band, and you are listening to FANTASM Podcast. Yeah!
Phantasm.
Gorechrist FANTASM Podcast. I have an awesome guest today. We have Dome from the Italian death metal band FULCI. They have a new album coming out July 23rd on Time to Kill Records, Exhumed Information. Very excited about this. Dome, how are you, man?
Hey, hello, ciao from Italy. I'm very happy to speak with you about the new album and some other bullshit.
Plenty of other bullshit as well. Going right into, before we get into this album, I want to say Tropical Sun I absolutely loved. Been listening to it since it came out and still very much in my playlist. I love how you guys, incorporate all of the instrumentals that, is synonymous with FULCI's stuff, and just kind of that Goblin-esque style soundtrack stuff, and FULCI. Really love all that. So, much appreciation, because FULCI is my favorite Italian director. So, this is really cool. You get a death metal band that is just all about that. So that's both of my favorite things all into one. So awesome on that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I can understand, because it was the same for us when we started the band. We wanted to join the two things we love the most, like death metal and Italian horror movies. So
oh yeah,
this was the best combo. So we simply choose the name FULCI to pay homage to the maestro,
Oh yeah.
So it's our favorite director, and in our opinion, he influenced the aesthetic somehow of the death metal bands.
Absolutely.
So that's it. We try to put in Tropical Sun all the reference taken from the movie Zombie 2.
Absolutely.
And we were quite happy how the album came out, but we didn't expect so much love from the people, because everybody in the world loved that album, that concept album. And listening now, I listened to it like 1 month ago again, and it's the flow is quite smooth, So all the tough parts and the atmospheric parts are quite balanced, and maybe is that made that album so nice to listen to.
Absolutely. And just the sheer, brutality of it, and really, like I said, the balance really captures everything. And if you're even remotely a fan of FULCI stuff, or even just Italian horror in general, it's definitely a real trip to listen to the whole thing. It's a good harmony of both things.
Yeah, and there are also many directors that we didn't mention, because FULCI is one of them, is our favorite, but there are many others like Argento or
of course.
Bava, or I don't know, maybe some more also from Italy, I don't know.
Absolutely. I guess Deodato, Cannibal Holocaust too.
Deodato, and
absolutely.
Also Massacesi, that then is also known as Joe D'Amato.
Yep.
He did like Buio Omega and Anthropophagus. I recently watched again that movies, they are very sick. If you imagine to make a movie like that nowadays, I think it's still shocking today.
Absolutely.
Because, for example, Buio Omega, it was about a man that was in love with a cadaver, so and he was making love with the cadaver, so it's something still disturbing nowadays that we are used to any kind of perversion nowadays, but that kind of movies are still how can I say, hard. So we love the 70s and 80s for this kind of extremity, So
Absolutely.
the movies were very extreme, and we try to make an extreme music to make the movie to make like a death metal soundtrack for the movie, let's say.
Definitely. And that's kind of, I like to think that's what we like to do in general, is we, you guys represent everything that what our podcast does. Really, it's just, horror and death metal put together, and how it, is kind of one thing almost,
Yeah, that's I think it's one of the best combo after pizza and beer.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty much the same harmony there. Another one, another good mention, Italian is Zombie Holocaust. Dr. Butcher, MD. That's a really good one.
Yeah, Zombie Holocaust. It was like I love that movie because it's a mix of zombie movies and cannibal movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's there are a lot of reference, very explicit reference. Let's say, I don't want to say they copied a little bit from zombie movies like Zombie 2, Lucio Fulci, and Cannibal Holocaust, and also the title of the movie. It's it explains very well the combination Zombie Holocaust. So I think that movie is the synthesis of both genre of movies, cannibalistic movies and zombie movies. It's very nice. It's very trash. It's very not even B movies. It's like Z movies. I don't know, but still very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, and it has the same actor. Yeah, it's got was it Ian McCullough, who was also in Zombie 2. That was in Dr. Butcher, which is pretty cool.
Yes, right.
But he was in a lot of that stuff.
I have that movie on VHS.
Yeah, I got for Dr. Butcher, they had a Blu-ray. They probably still have it, but it comes with a barf bag, which I think is fucking awesome.
Oh my god. We need to copy this idea for the next FULCI album.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I know you guys had a biohazard bag for your album. I thought that was cool.
Right. It was very hard to find that, but finally we found it.
Yeah, so I thought that was a cool idea. And then one more thing about Zombie 2 before we get into Exhumed Information. The coolest tagline, this is right before I watched the film for the first time, many years ago. I remember looking at the DVD, and on the back it said a new level of eyeball violence on it. So I was like, this is going to be an awesome movie. And then, of course, you get the scene later on with the, the wooden door, in the eyeball. It's classic.
Yeah. It's a cult scene of the movie.
Yeah, oh yeah, easily. So yeah, July 23rd, Time to Kill Records, new FULCI album. Exhumed Information. So I guess we'll just track by track it. We'll go through it and talk a little bit about each track. Of course, we got side A and side B for this. Side B being a more like a tribute, like a score side, which I think is really awesome. How you guys did all that. But we'll start with side A here. You got number 1, track 1, which is Autopsy. So talk a little bit about that track.
Oh, okay, so we go track by track. Okay, so we decided to do this side A, side B, because after Tropical Sun, many people and everybody, we were thinking what to do next after Tropical Sun. What we do, another Tropical Sun style album, and we said no, maybe no. We need to think about something different, something very different from Tropical Sun, with a different mood, and we decided to choose a late Lucio Fulci movie that is called The Voices from Beyond. That it was in the decadent period of the director, and in our opinion is still a very brilliant movie.
It's one of his last films, isn't it?
Yeah, because the story is very interesting, original, and the budget and the actors were crap, so so you cannot expect like Oscar movie, but
right.
But it's still Lucio Fulci, It's still,
absolutely.
You can feel his skills and his atmosphere in the movie. So we chose this movie, and we started with Autopsy because it's a kind of intro of the album, and in the movie there is Lucio Fulci himself that is doing a scene is doing an autopsy to a cadaver. So we took his autopsy report that he do in the movie, because we love the fact that Lucio Fulci in the real life was very expert about medical stuff and medicine, because when he was young, he started to study medicine at the university, and then he dropped the school and started to do the cinema school. So when you do watch Lucio Fulci movies, and there are parts like autopsies or gore parts, you can feel that they are almost real, because he got the real skills from the medicine schools.
Yeah.
So that for us is one of the very interesting thing of the director. So we started the album with his autopsy report that is very detailed and very creepy. And you will listen, because we mix the autopsy report with a music behind the voice, so it's very, very creepy. You will see.
Yeah, so Fulci was a brilliant mind, and to have it translated into death metal is really rad, in my opinion. So we got number 2, track 2, Voices.
Yeah, Voices is like a very strong song. We like to start the albums without slow parts. Like we like to start with a punch in your face, very aggressive intro, like Tropical Sun,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's say Slayer style, Angel of Death style.
Absolutely.
That's the best. So we every song that starts the album, in our opinion, has to be like Angel of Death. So that is the target. But it's impossible to be like Slayer. So we try, and we we try to be like that, but it's very, very hard. So Voices is a very tough song, very aggressive intro, and then there is a solo in the end, very atmospheric but still punching. So, and the Voices, because it's about the let's say the movie. The story of the movie is this guy that died, and the cause of that is it was a mystery, and during the movie, his voice speaks from the beyond to the living. So there is this kind of voice from the beyond in all the movie. So we started the song with the description of this fact. So the title, Voices.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to that one for sure. Track 3, Nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare. We decided to name the songs with just one word for all the album, because we believe that one word is very strong, because in one word you have to concentrate all the concept of the lyrics. So Nightmare, it was about these people in the movie everybody have a nightmare when where in the nightmare there is the guy that died, and he speaks to the people in their dreams, that from dreams turn to nightmares. And this is a nice thing to say, because in the beginning we wanted to do a split album with Fluid from Arizona.
Love them.
And if you see Fluid, all their albums are made of songs with the title made of one word.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do the split with them and make the same kind of thing, to name the song with one word. Then the splits didn't happen.
Right.
But we keep this kind of fluid style of title the songs.
Yeah.
I want to credit the guys.
Yeah, I think it's strong, and it's it packs a little more punch when you read it. When you're like, when you go and listen to the song and then you see it, you're like, oh shit, this is called just Nightmare or Autopsy. It's, it punches a little harder when you read it after you're listening to it, kind of thing. It has an effect that people don't.
Compromise.
Yeah, there's an effect that people don't realize till you listen to it, and then you're like, oh, this one's called Nightmare. Like, that makes sense. It's hitting me right in the dick.
Nightmare. By the way, Nightmare is one of my favorite tracks. It's it's a mid-tempo song, and then it became like Cannibal Corpse, the Bleeding era.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mixed with the early 6 Feet Under.
Love it.
It's nice.
Yeah, that might be my favorite one, judging by the description for that. Although it'll be tough to beat the the Angel of Death style, but that sounds like my speed also. So I do like the Bleeding era and 6 Feet Under, like early 6 Feet Under. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Haunted, that kind of album.
Hell yeah. We got number 4, Evil.
Yeah, Evil is in this track. We try to cross a little bit the FULCI limit, because it's I don't want to say technical, because we are not very technical, but it's a little bit more. The structure is a little bit more not linear, let's say, and it was inspired a lot by Decide, like Legion album.
Yeah.
That kind of death metal, but with a little bit of trashy style, And it's very the middle part is very, very nice. I love that the tempos.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to that one also. We got track 5, Funeral, which you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, Funeral is
solid.
A very strange song, because in the beginning it was like an intermezzo. Do you understand the intermezzo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like intermission.
Yeah, it's. But then we make it longer, and it became like a real song. But it's a mix. I mean, it's inspired a lot by Napalm Death, like fear, emptiness, despair sound,
yeah,
more or less. And but you can feel also cynic in some way, like in the beginning and in the end of the song. It's very interesting. It's more or less like we did in Tropical Sun. We have the mature tribal cult.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very slow song, a little bit Black Sabbath style.
Yeah.
That it's very different from the other songs of the album. So Funeral is more or less like that, but more in the Napalm Death dissonant sounds of the fear, emptiness, despair.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I look forward to that also. The whole thing is, for those who are listening that haven't listened to FULCI before, it's so awesome how you guys do it, especially Tropical Sun. Now it's laid out, when you have the interludes and stuff, you have like the sound bites from the Italian horror films, and then particularly like the zombie stuff. It's just, you gotta listen to it front to back for it to really hit the way it's supposed to. It's just perfect how it's laid out.
Thanks.
So definitely do that. And then track 6, which would complete side A, which is Tomb.
Yeah, Tomb is we did also a music video for this track. I don't know when it will be out. I guess maybe beginning of July.
Awesome.
And, it's typical FULCI style. It's how can I say? Our favorite album. It's any genre, any kind of music. Our favorite album is Tomb of the Mutilated.
Oh yeah, mine too. That's my favorite Cannibal record for sure.
So I don't need to add nothing else. Tomb, it was like Tomb of the Mutilated song.
Honestly, probably some of the, I'd argue the best titles in death metal, like the OG ones, because you got, Post-Mortal Ejaculation. You got
one of my favorite tracks of the time.
Addicted to Vaginal Skin, which has one of the best sound bites ever, and that's one of the heaviest songs I think ever made. I Come Blood.
Yeah, man.
And then, of course, probably the best song title ever written, Entrails Ripped from a Virgin's Cunt. It's just the epitome of what death metal is, to me, is that those titles to the tracks. It's like the most brutal shit. I mean, if anybody really wants to know, it's like, look to that album. That's what I think death metal is to me. It's like that kind of raunchy, gory, just insane shit. And then Fulci, I think, while you guys are more subtle with the song titles, I mean, what you guys do envisions, the Italian horror, like the Fulci movies. Like, one of my favorite Fulci films is probably like Cat in the Brain. I know that's a weird one, but I love that movie.
Oh man, I agree with you.
It's
I think
so fucking
that one
gory.
Is one of the most underrated movies of the cinema history.
And I think a lot of those scenes were borrowed from some of his other films. I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Voices, some stuff from Voices was put in there too. I don't remember, but there's some of his other films, like scenes, were in that movie too, like as the flashback scenes, and I loved how it was a play on,
I don't think from Voices from Beyond, but of course from Sodom as Ghost.
Yeah.
From the other one, in Italian is called Quando Alice ruppe lo specchio. Alice broke the meter or something like that.
Yeah.
And but Cat in the Brain is a masterpiece for me.
That's so good, and I loved how it's like his own movies are coming back to haunt him basically, and it's just a really cool film. And, one of my all-time favorites.
Someone that is listening to this podcast didn't watch that movie, go to watch right after the end of this podcast.
Absolutely. Grindhouse Releasing has, you can get I have the DVD and the Blu-ray, but they're both really awesome. The Blu-ray comes with like a bobblehead of Fulci. I have that, and I love it. It's him in the film. It's got the flannel shirt, and it's so good.
I got that bobblehead.
Yeah, I got it too.
I bought just the bobblehead, not the movie, but I love that.
Yeah, that and House by the Cemetery are probably my go-tos, and the Beyond. That's just classic shit. I love it.
They are the Beyond is a masterpiece, and all the people that it's most famous movie from Lucio Fulci.
Absolutely.
And A Cat in the Brain is less famous, but I think it's the best film he did.
Yeah,
because it was something that didn't exist before.
I agree. And then, if you just want to see some of the goriest shit you'll ever see, you just watch that film. It's just ridiculous. Very underrated. But yeah, and I guess we can go a little bit over side B, whatever you can talk about. I know track 7's Glass, there is a video out for that currently, which is very awesome. So I guess without revealing too much, we'll talk a little bit about just the side B in general. You don't have to do track by track on that if you don't want to, but just talk a little bit about the collaboration.
Yeah, side B, it's a little bit like Gate Creeper did with the last album.
Yeah.
It's like side A with very fast and short songs, and side B with just one track, very long.
Yeah.
So the idea is more or less like that. So our side B, it was our secret passion.
Yeah.
To be like soundtrack writers. So it's very uncommon for a death metal band to be so melodic, let's say. But we try to do this because we believe that horror soundtrack and death metal can be together.
Absolutely.
And we collaborate with this electro project called TV Crimes, and just because we don't have so much experience with synthesizers and electronic music.
Right.
So we had the idea to make a soundtrack style of album, and we joined the skills. We did this side bit that it's a soundtrack for a new movie that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So we try to do this experiment, and also we are trying to make a real movie where to use this soundtrack, and we will see. We are working on that, because I think that music is not just making albums and play shows, but we can combine also visuals, and why not making movies by ourselves,
Absolutely.
and making the music for our movies. So I think this project, I mean the FULCI band, is growing up in this direction. Also making visual, making soundtracks, still making death metal, still playing live shows, and why not adding some more things, maybe to make like performances, like gore and splatter performances on the stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would be a dream, man. But we don't have limits in our mind, so we are going on, and we are trying to make all these things together to make it work.
Absolutely, I think it's an awesome goal to have, and when I sit here at Phantasm, we greatly appreciate that. Having all that in one band is just really cool. I've always just been instantly drawn to you guys, and to hear your vision for how going further is really fucking awesome. And big supporters for sure. And I think that
thank you so much.
Even if you don't even really like metal and you're a horror fan, I mean, how could you not just be like, okay, this band's doing good shit? It's just a one of a kind thing almost, because you would think more bands would be linked to that, but you'd be surprised with us doing this how many bands that are into all the gore and all this stuff aren't even really that much of like horror fans. We run into that a lot. So sometimes it's like, where do you get your inspiration from? You just try to be as brutal as possible, but you gotta, the ones you can tell, the ones that have that actual basis, where they come out of it like aborted and like exhumed, and all those guys love the Italian stuff, and they love just horror movies in general. So you can really tell because they incorporate a lot of that into it. Whereas some bands just can have a big imagination for gore and other things. But it's nice when you have a band like FULCI that has like a true vision for what they for what you guys want to do, and really express your love for the genre. And I think that's fucking awesome, dude. It's really sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you so much, and you got it. I mean, I know that many people maybe will not like so much the soundtracks, because they want just just heavy fucking death metal. But,
sure.
But we don't care. I mean, as long as it makes sense for us, we will do that. And also, as you say, even people that doesn't like death metal like our music, because it's we have people that listen to us, but they are more into electronic music or
right.
hip hop music or hardcore music, and they love the project because they feel that there is something different from an usual heavy metal band. So, but we are not doing this by purpose. I mean, we are like this. We try to put all the things we like in this project, and but we will do with a project, not just by putting shit in the album.
Right.
We think a lot before to do new things, and maybe someone will not like that, but for sure it makes sense for us.
Yeah, absolutely, and like I said, you can hear that it's real, and what you guys are trying to do is just because you love it, and incorporating the soundtrack aspect is a really really cool idea, and I think it'll go over very well with death metal fans, and of course fans of you guys in general, because they already get what you want to do as a band, and it's a good break too. Like when you hear the death metal stuff, then you hear the side B, you're like, this is just really awesome. It's just something different, and
or maybe you can just scratch all the side B with a screw.
Yeah.
You will not listen. You will listen just the side A.
Yeah, I think the best of both worlds, honestly, would be the better way to do it. But, some people will just be like, more into the side A, or you get people that are more into the side B part, but that's the beauty of it, is having both.
It's like life. Someone likes more the boobs, someone more the ass.
Right.
So, side A, side B.
But yeah.
I love both.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know I will too, because I listen to soundtrack stuff. I make playlists a lot, so I'll listen to soundtracks in between listening to death metal or some other genres of stuff, and even some of your guys' sample parts in your Tropical Sun and Opening the Gates of Hell, like I've put that in just those into playlists, or like not even your other songs, but like your sample parts in between songs I listen to. So I mean, I think that's really cool to do, and it changes things up, and I just like hearing that stuff sometimes. Like the intermezzos, as you said. So
because it gives more dynamics to the listening of the album.
Absolutely.
And also we love to play by ourselves the intermezzo.
Yeah.
Because I love also like Mortisian style, where they just steal dialogue or more than 1 minute from a horror movie, and they put in the beginning of that song. That one I love.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to Mortisian albums, so I love that kind of things.
Oh, me too.
I think that the way we do that is different, because it's more personal, and we can decide exactly the intensity we want to give to that outro or that intro of the song.
Exactly.
So that's why we do by ourselves, and of course all the intermezzo we do are inspired from Carpenter, Fabio Frizzi, Simonetti, and all the soundtrack composers of the other movies.
Of course. And I mean, those are the greats, and like I said, if people even know about side B and they love any of those composers, then that's what they're going to be drawn to more. It's like, oh, they have like this synth side to the soundtrack, so it's like, we got to check this out, this band, and then who knows, it might draw some people into the side A and be like, oh, this is actually cool, and it's a good bridge to something if people want to open that door.
Sure. Yeah, because you can I don't know, if you are a death metal listener, it's difficult that it's very rare that you will buy synth music album.
Yeah.
So in this way, you have the possibility to listen to other kind of music that in other way you didn't listen. And it's the same for the people that didn't listen death metal, never. So I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, and I'm excited for you guys, and I can't wait for this release. And still on Tropical Sun, and I mean, I haven't put it down, so I'm excited for even more. It's going to be pretty awesome. really excited for you guys.
Thank you.
To put it
We're
out.
already working on the new album.
Oh wow!
For the next year.
Cranking them out. Hell yeah! That's what I like to hear. Well, Exhumed Information by FULCI comes out July 23rd on Time to Kill Records. You can pre-order it now. FULCIcult.bandcamp.com. As well as other nightshiftmerch.com. They have some merch up there as well. Some t-shirts. They're all selling out, so get them quick. I actually tried to get one of the tie-dye ones earlier, but they were sold out, so I'm going to get the yellow shirt instead before that sells out, because I definitely want some FULCI merch. But yeah, dude, it's been awesome, and thank you so much for your time and getting in touch with us, and we look forward to the release, man.
Thank you so much for having me on your podcast, and good luck, and thank you so much. We hope to come in the US soon to make a tour, and maybe, hopefully, we can meet by person.
Oh, definitely, man. Yeah, this has been great, and thanks again, and congrats on the release. We look forward to it.
Let me know what you think when you will listen to the album.
Oh, absolutely, man. You'll hear from me.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers, man.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye. Ciao.